PCSX2 now has support for Trance Vibrator, GameTrack Real Play Device, Joy-Con and Anygon, Train Mascon Controllers, Type 2, Shinkansen, and Ryogen, Konami Microphone, Zip 100, Picture Paradise. On top of that, PCSX2's AtNTO emulation now has audio support and buzz. Devices now have a custom UI. Thanks to CamFretterZ, you can now configure both the compression method and the level of compression for save states. These formats are standard, default, deflate 64, and LZMA2, and there are 4 compression levels for each. You can also choose to leave your states uncompressed if your 40 TB NAS feels lonely. Higher compression will result in lower file sizes but may increase the time needed to save the states. Render target. This brings massive fixes to a huge variety of games, at minimum, multiple games with 2-player split screen, such as Jack X, Combat Racing, multiple games that no longer need a hack to work, such as Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex, multiple games whose effects now work, such as Drakengard, and multiple games that would only work before in software rendering, such as Hitman, Contracts. Custom real-time clock. The PlayStation 2 uses a real-time clock, RTC, to keep track of the date and time in the real world. Games often use the RTC in order to seed pseudo-random number generation, RNG, because of its high variability. Additionally, save files show a timestamp in the BIOS, and these timestamps are sometimes shown in-game too. However, some games use the RTC in a more interactive way. Ratchet & Clank 2 and Ratchet & Clank 3, for example, let you teleport to the post-game Insomniac Museum area from 3 to 4 o'clock, bypassing completion checks. The Simpsons, Hit and Run, The Simpsons, Road Rage, SpongeBob SquarePants, Battle for Bikini Bottom, and Scooby-Doo. Night of 100 Frights have holiday-exclusive Easter eggs. Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit 2 displays the date and time on a camera recording when you get busted. And Metal Gear Solid 3. If you know, you know. By default, when a user starts a game, PCSX2 sets the RTC to the date and time from the user's desktop. For input recordings which require perfect determinacy to function correctly, we instead used a fixed, arbitrary date and time after the release of Metal Gear Solid 3, which crashes if the date is too old. With the introduction of RTC settings by the Technician 27, you can now optionally select a custom RTC starting point in the per-game settings, Game Properties Emulation Real-Time Clock. This provides niche benefits for regular users, especially Ratchet players and enjoyers of Hideo Kojima's antics, and it brings PCSX2 closer to having a mature suite of tool-assisted speedrun (TIS) capabilities. This currently requires you to have your BIOS set to GMT+0 and Daylight Savings Time (DST) set to summertime. This is the default PCSX2 creates if no NVM file exists. Additionally, it will only work within the bounds of the 1st of January 2000 at midnight and the 31st of December 2099 at 23:59, which is the range of an actual PlayStation 2. Below is the Halloween-exclusive title screen from The Simpsons, Hit and Run. PCSX2 now has a brand new tool in its arsenal to fix misalignment issues caused by upscaling. Based on the existing Align to Native ATN half-pixel offset HPO option, Align to Native with texture offset AtNTO often combines the best of ATN and another HPO option called Special Texture to make a lot of games much sharper when upscaled. PCSX2 now applies this new setting automatically to over 100 games. These include Ace Combat 04, Shattered Skies, the Sly Cooper Trilogy, God of War and God of War 2, and Shadow of the Colossus. Below is a before and after comparison of Ace Combat 04.